Loops are fundamental constructs in programming that allows you to repeatedly execute a block of code. Python provides two primary types of loops, while loops and for loops. While loop continues to execute a block of code as long as a given condition remains true. If we take an example, so this code is the Python implementation of the Fibonacci sequence. So a comma b equals to 0 comma 1. This line initializes two variables a and b with the first two terms of the Fibonacci sequence 0 and 1. So while a is less than 10, this line starts a loop that continues as long as the value of a is less than 10. So Fibonacci calculation and printing. So this line is where the magic happens. It performs two operations simultaneously. The new value of a becomes the current value of b. The new value of b becomes the sum of the old values of a and b. This effectively calculates the next term of the Fibonacci sequence based on the previous two terms. And print a prints the current value of a, which represents the calculated Fibonacci term. To execute this one, you can see the output of this code is 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. So this code is basically an example of using a break statement. So I equals to 1 initializes a variable I with the value 1. While loop I less than 6. This line starts a loop that continues as long as the value of I is less than 6. And inside the loop, print I, this line prints the current value of I. If I equals to 3, this line checks if the value of I is equal to 3. Break. If the condition I equals to 3 is true, this line immediately terminates the loop. I plus 1 equals to 1. Sorry, I plus equals to 1. This line increments the value of I by 1. If I execute this one, the loop will continue to execute until I reaches 3. When I becomes 3, the if condition becomes true and the break statement is executed, causing the loop to terminate. As a result, the numbers 1, 2, 3 will be printed. Therefore, the output of this code is 1, 2, 3. So this code is basically an example of a continuous statement. So I equals to 0 initializes a variable I with the value 0. So again, while I is less than 6, so this line starts a loop that continues as long as the value of I is less than 6. And inside the loop, this line increments the value by 1 before the loop body. So if I equals to 3, this line checks if the value of I is equal to 3. And continue if the condition I equals to 3 is true. This line skips the rest of the loop body and goes back to the beginning of the loop. So print I, this line prints the current value of I. So if I run this program, you can see 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. That is, the loop will continue to execute until I reaches 6. And when I becomes 3, the if condition becomes true and the continue statement is executed, skipping the print I statement and going back to the beginning of the loop. So this means that the value 3 is not being printed. So the output of this code will be 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. So this Python code will print the odd numbers from 101 to 129. This is an example of for loop using for loop and range. So for I in range 101, 130, 2. So this line starts a for loop that iterates over the numbers from 101 to 129, stepping by 2 at a time. So the range function takes 3 arguments, the starting value, which is 101 in this case, the ending value, 130 in this case, and the step size, which is 2 in this case. So the loop variable I will take on the values 101, 103, 105, and up to 129. And printing, so this line prints the current value of I within the loop. So the loop will iterate over each odd number in the specified range, and print I statement will print each number to the console. So if I run this code, so this is the output from 101 to 129.